Hey friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am sorry I've been MIA. I haven't posted in a long time, but there's a reason and I'm going to try my best to explain that today. Let's start at the beginning. In December, I was fortunate enough to travel to go see my family for the holidays. I hadn't seen them for almost a year. I was dealing with a lot on my own in LA, mental health issues and really struggling, and I really needed my mom. So on December 11th, I said goodbye to my boyfriend and we celebrated together. His birthday's on December 20th, so we had an early birthday celebration together. We got a cake, we spent the day kind of walking around Culver City and just spending as much quality time as we could together because we knew we'd be spending the holidays separate.
Love you.
Love you too.
So I said goodbye to him on December 11th. I remember I asked him to blow out his candles and make a wish, and he wished that the two of us would continue to have a wonderful life together where we continue pursuing our dreams and grow. It sounds silly and cheesy, but I carried that wish with me on the plane as I went to San Miguel. I'm in a very different mindset than I was when I went home. A lot happened during that trip, a lot of incredibly and powerful, amazing, good moments. I learned a lot about my parents and my grandparents as just people outside of their roles as mother and father and, grandmother, whatever. I think I saw them all as individual people struggling with their own contrasts in their own lives, and I played the role of kind of like a third party, like a viewer, like someone reading the story, but also trying my best to be kind of a buffer for everything. I quarantined for 6 days when I arrived at my grandmother's house. So I stayed in an outdoor house. It's like my grandmother's house, her yard, and then a little house on the back. And I stayed in there, kind of like an Airbnb that they set up for me. So I stayed there for 6 days, worked from home, and I could see my family through the floor-to-ceiling windows, but we had no physical interaction. So when I arrived at the airport, I didn't hug my mom or my brother or anything. And when you arrive, it's the fucking weirdest feeling in the world. Like, I had just been storing up all this yearning and sadness, and I arrived and it was just like I could feel the floodgates coming and I just wanted to embrace them and I couldn't. It was a very strange feeling, and I hope that I never have to experience that again as the world continues to improve. So quarantine was strange, to say the least. I was in that small house for those 6 days. It really confirmed how much I loved everyone in my life. When you're distanced from people for so long, even when you're in their general vicinity and you can't actually have that contact with them, it just makes you so grateful for all the small moments that you do get to spend with the people you care about. And I know that this time is revealing that to be true for everyone. It's like we really took those relationships for granted, I think. And I don't think we ever will again when this is over.
Now you pour out of me, 'cause I've been under your spell. I flush it out to sea and hope someday I can repel. Even if we wake the dead, you're causing all the troubles buried in my head. What was I supposed to do? Was barely standing when you fell into my arms again. You fell into my arms.
Doe mooi.
Ella vi São duas luzes.
The reason I wanted to mention San Miguel at all on this trip is because I learned a lot from it. Adjusting to the contrasts of life, or being able to stand strong in the middle of all of the trials and tribulations, because that really is, to me, strength. We live in an extremely filtered society. Social media makes it worse, unfortunately, and for young people, it just breaks my heart, because there are very few role models out there on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, whatever, YouTube, that showcase the reality of what's going on with us. And the reality is that we're struggling and we're having triumphs all at once, and there's the yin and yang, and we really need to be able to talk about that more, so people have examples of what it means to really be a human. It's not polished and perfect all the time at all. You know, I want that light and dark to show through in everything that I do. It's one of the most important themes in my work, in my writing, my painting, and everything. So if I can help people understand that whatever dark phase you're in right now, and I've been there too, it does not last forever, and there is always light to reach towards. So if you're watching this and you feel like you're constantly you're on a loop of comparing your life to everyone else's around you. Even if you watch my videos sometimes, and I know a lot of you don't, I'm still very small, but even if you watch my videos and you think, wow, she has it together, she's painting, she's uploading YouTube videos, it's not, I am not in a position that's higher than you. No one is. Nobody is. I remember being 17 years old and thinking I was defective. Like, all the things that I wanted to do, I was too afraid to do, and that would be my life forever. And it wasn't. I was so certain that I would never rise up from that. Like, I could never achieve all the things that I saw people achieving around me. And first of all, a lot of those achievements that you see are false. We're curating the way our feeds look all the time, the way we look. We're filtering everything. I myself am a victim of that. I've face-tuned myself plenty of times, and that sucks. Like, because what am I afraid of? What am I afraid of showing? Why are we becoming like this? Again, it ties into that fear of showing the reality, showing the dark parts, the not filtered parts, the not beautiful parts. But why have we attributed obstacles and those more difficult times in our lives to being ugly? They're not. Any day of your life is a day that you can choose to see it differently. It really stems from your perspective and your ability to look at both the good and bad and still be grateful for where you are today. All of this is to say that whatever dark hole you're in now, it will get better. I've been there many times, and I still feel that way a lot. Not mentally exactly where I want to be yet at all. I'm still learning every day. And what's changed, the only thing that's really changed, is that I'm comfortable with the blemishes, I guess, in my life. I'm okay with them now. They are part of me, and I find them to be just as beautiful. I hope that that stands as a sort of symbol for the kind of work that I want to make in general moving forward, and the message that I want to share on this YouTube channel. And it always just comes back to being still within yourself, gratitude, and finding those actionable steps in your life that you can take to prioritize your health and your self-love. Self-love is key too, which I lack a lot. I think a lot of us do in this day and age, unfortunately. But I have a few things that have helped me that I want to share on this channel. Maybe you pick up your own hobby. Maybe you just start dancing and that turns into something. Anything, as long as it feels good to you and you're chasing those curiosities and finding stillness and happiness in the moment. That's what this is all about. It's just being here and taking it in. I want to get more and more fearless as time goes on. That was one of my 2021 goals, is just to feel more comfortable, because I have a lot of days where I don't want to be on camera because I hate the way I look, or I have too much self-doubt and I think my artwork is garbage and I'm garbage, and you know, that toxic cycle you get yourself into. But if I can hop on camera anyway, do it anyway, and show myself in these vulnerabilities, then hopefully I'm helping someone out there feel like they can do that too. And it gets better. Thank you guys for watching, and subscribe for more videos like this and for more honest chats and creative expression, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see where it goes.
Now you pour out of me, 'cause I've been under your spell. I flush it out to sea, and hope someday I can repel. Even if we wake the dead, you're causing all the trouble.